Tax season, especially if you live in a state like Connecticut, is a great time to be thinking about your finances far beyond just the taxes on April 15th. In his book, The Money Map, certified financial planner Joel Johnson with Johnson Brunetti answers questions many are afraid to ask. And best of all, he's sitting right here a couple feet away from me to help all of us. Joel, so many financial planning books are out there, so why the need for another one?
Well, I think what I wanted to do, I was asked to write something that had our investment philosophy and our advice philosophy in it, and to keep it simple. I think there's too much complication out there. People get very confused. A lot of times clients don't feel like their planner or their investment advisor can relate to them, and so we wanted to put our philosophy in writing and give people a tool they could use to get basic, good, solid financial advice, whether they have a lot of money or just a little bit of money.
And I understand too that, and not to get too much into detail, but you talk about how maybe sometimes it is the right thing to do to sell even after something has dropped in value.
Yeah, we do talk about that, Jeff. You know, a lot of times people hang on to something just because they think it's definitely going to go up higher. They bought something high, whether it was a mutual fund or a stock, and they feel like, well, I'm just going to hang on until it gets back up. And sometimes things never go back up. And so a lot of times it's the best thing to step back, just like a sports team would, and say, okay, we lost this one, let's step back, figure out what the right thing is to go forward, and take the best strategy going forward, forgetting about the past.
Instead of cut your losses, don't chase good money.
Cut your losses, don't hang on to the losers, exactly.
Okay. Occupy Wall Street, we've been hearing a lot of that over the recent months. What do those occupiers have right?
I think what they have right is that the interests of Wall Street, the big, huge brokerage firms and the investment banks, have definitely taken advantage of the American people. Yeah. They produced products that hurt us. They produced products that got us into this financial mess, and I think that's what they have right. I don't think they have everything right. In fact, I think they have a lot of things wrong. But what they have right is this anger and this angst, I guess, that the American people have towards Wall Street, and I think it's very well founded. I think we've been taken advantage of in a lot of areas.
So what are a couple of maybe 2 or 3 mistakes that everybody seems to make?
Borrowing too much money. A sense of, I think, going out there and just saying, you know, I'm going to buy whatever car or whatever vacation home that I want, thinking that that's the end goal when maybe they shouldn't. Maybe they should save a little bit more money and be a little smarter. Other mistakes are people take too much risk with their investments. And the third one is I would say that many times people are working with an advisor that is not the right fit for them. So just as we would try to find a doctor if we had a medical situation that's the right fit for us, we need to find the right advisor that we feel has a connection with us and is acting in our best interest.
And you just played right into my next question, which is just like a doctor or mechanic. You want one who's going to get you where you need to be, and you're helping people get to where they need to be. So how does a person choose the right advisor for them?
Well, first of all, make sure that the person is listening to you and that you feel understood. Many times we're just railroaded as a client. If I'm a client, I can be railroaded into a certain investment strategy that's better for the brokerage firm and not better for me. And so I would say interview people, make sure there's a good connection, make sure you feel like you're listened to, and that that person has your best interest in mind, not the best interest of some big firm that they may work for.
All right, we've got to move on in a second, but I'm going to put you on the spot with a yes or no question, I guess, maybe unfairly. Better to go with an independent broker or somebody who is tied to one of those brokerage houses? In
my heart, it's better to go with an independent. I think you're much better off.
Okay. Thank you very much. We appreciate that, Joel.